back to another Kayla Core exercise move. So today's move is going to be actually two exercises, and these are great if you're doing any kind of running sport. I personally am a trail runner, and I do pretty aggressive trail running, so I use these as some lateral and forward exercise activation moves before I go out and run. So these are pulling movements today. So pulling movements are where we're going to hook the band onto the band anchor pins, and we're going to pull down towards the ground or bring our knees towards our elbows. So here we're going to put the band anchor, the band on the band anchor pins, and you can put them on one or both. You can crisscross them. It really doesn't matter. But I usually typically put more than one band down. So today I'm just going to put them on one set of pins here. And if I had a second band, I would set them up on the other side. So this is a good way to set up the pulling exercises. Sometimes if you want a little bit more tension, you can just double it up. If the single band isn't quite enough, this will give a little bit more tension. So the first move we're going to do today is actually a lunge. So there's a couple ways you can do the lunge. I do a split squat, so we're not going to actually move the legs in and out of the position, but we'll set up just like a lunge. We're going to use the column as a guide, where we're going to try to keep the column stable and not moving, and try to get it as close to parallel to the body as the spine as we can. So you're just going to drop the back knee down. So when we do this split squat lunge, I like to imagine the spine and the thigh are one element or one column, and it's kind of like a pile driver going up and down. So we'll set up our hands. You can hold on to the hands onto the handle like this. I often just hold on to the tube, and I'll alternate hand positions through the exercise. So I like to reach up where I'm on a little bit of a stretch, and then I'm just going to drop back and down. I typically pause and hold for a couple seconds, and then come back down. I like to also line the column up so it's right in line with my spine, forward and back, not to the side or swaying around. Also try to keep it from moving forward and back as you do the exercise. And I might do 10 reps on one sequence, and I'll switch and do the other side. We'll do the same thing. It's a little hard to see yourself doing it, so I may not have perfect spine column activation, but if you're getting coached, that's a great way to get it optimized. And as I mentioned, you can also just put the hands straight out. So that's the first exercise I'll do. Gets you strengthening and lengthening the entire lower body, quad rectus femoris stretching, hip flexor stretching, getting lots of abdominal activation, plus you're doing the whole upper body. So it's doing a bunch of things at once. The second one I'll do is a diagonal squat down. So I'm gonna put my foot in front of the plate here to secure it. You could also put it against a tree or another object if you want to, but it's not necessary. And I'm just going to drop down and squat. So this is going to kind of work on a little bit of diagonal pressure to the spine, trunk system. I'll pause and hold. I'll generally do 10 reps on one side, and I'll switch. And do the same thing on the other side. It's a good way to just get things activated before you head out and do whatever you're doing. For me, it's just getting out and hitting the trails. So you can also keep the arms straight. And sometimes I'll alternate. I'll do one straight and then one where I activate the arms. Again, so it's just kind of getting everything going before you head out and run, or whatever you're going to do. So getting lots of abdominal trunk activation here. Small grip work, working on all the flexor muscles on the leg. So hip flexor, hamstring, dorsiflexor, all getting activated as I'm dropping down. Besides doing the quads and glutes, low back, kind of hitting it all. So it's a great way to get going before you head out to do whatever you're going to do. So thanks for letting me share this exercise sequence today, specifically for what I do for trail running, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.